Kyle, very good to see you. So, despite recent headlines, the big, beautiful bill did not eliminate taxes on Social Security, which is why we are explaining what is provisional income, because understanding provisional income is key to understanding how your Social Security will be taxed. And a little bit of planning now can go a long way in saving you thousands later. So, again, let's start at the top. What is provisional income? Why is it important?
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, good to be with you. And this is one that really catches a lot of people off guard when they're getting ready to do their retirement planning with us. Believe it or not, yes, your Social Security can be taxable.
Right.
This is a pretty unpopular one, and there's a lot of moving parts with it. So this is a good one to break down.
Yes. Okay. So let's do that because a lot of people, again, don't even realize that Social Security is taxed. What percentage is taxed and how does that relate to provisional income?
Yeah, so this graphic does a great job of summing it all up. At most, 85% of your benefit will be taxed. Wow. And as you can see, if you file single, there's a different scale than there is if you file married jointly. So really, if you're single, if you're making more than $34,000 of income, and we'll talk about that particular income in a minute, but you'll be taxed on 85% of that benefit will be counted as taxable income.
That's a pretty low threshold too.
It is, because that came out in the early 2000s and it was never indexed for inflation, believe it or not. So it's still the same.
I do believe it looking at that. All right. So now let's talk through what makes up our provisional income.
Yeah. And so this graphic does a good job of it. If you're a tax nerd, you'll notice something really unusual on this graphic, and it's the interest from municipal bonds.
Yeah.
Yes, those are generally federal income tax free, but they're actually counted towards this provisional income calculation, along with half of your Social Security benefit that you receive. And then that is applied against that sliding scale that we just looked at. So, given where Social Security benefits are today for the average American, it doesn't take a whole lot of other income for you to already be in a taxable bracket for the Social Security.
Absolutely. So now let's break down your biggest liabilities. Those are your 401ks, your traditional 401ks and IRAs, your greatest tax liability there. But explain how distributions from your Roth accounts don't affect your provisional income.
Definitely. So the pre-tax distributions coming out of those plans where most Americans are saving their money, that counts towards the provisional income calculation. Now, remember, Roth is the other side of that coin, so to speak. It's all post-tax. So you've already technically paid the taxes on that money. And as long as you are over 59 and a half and you've met the other conditions, then the distributions from your Roth are tax-free and they do not count against that provisional income calculation. So it's a good planning opportunity. It's not everyone's going to be all or nothing Roth, but even having a part of your money in Roth can be a big benefit to some people for sure.
And then just to circle back to the headline today, we want to clarify, because after the passage of the big, beautiful bill, Social Security will still be taxed for most people. Can you explain though?
Yeah, so there was a lot of buzz about this one. People were really excited. But for one reason or another, the way that it shook out is that essentially there's going to be a tax deduction, a senior tax deduction. So if you're over age 65 and you meet the income limits, like you don't make too much money, rather, you get a $6,000 deduction that you can use on your federal income tax. And for some folks, it may actually offset that provisional income tax from Social Security altogether, but it's only been signed into law really for 3 years. So we don't know what happens after that. So it's important to factor that into your planning. Provisional income tax has not gone anywhere, but there's just a couple new sets of rules out there.
Right. Factor it into your planning, but it may or may not change your claiming strategy, which I know you specialize in, Kyle. So if somebody wants to sit down and learn more about strategic tax planning or when to claim Social Security, what's the best way to reach you?
Best way is through our website. That's firstcoastfinancialgroup.com.
Great. Kyle, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Aaron.